Good morning everybody, Peter at Iridium Consulting. I got a couple of DVDs on loan from a friend a couple of weeks ago, and it was only last weekend that I got around to watching them. And it's a series on Everest. It was a Discovery Channel series from about 10 years ago. I've seen it before, I watched it all the way through again. I was fascinated by the series. And it's about a company called the Himalayan Experience and their chief executive or their managing director. And he's a guy called Russell Bryce. He's climbed Everest twice, I think, maybe more at this stage. But he doesn't climb it anymore. He brings clients up Everest. He brings paying clients up Everest, and more to the point, he helps rich paying clients try to get to the top of Everest. So Russell doesn't climb, but he climbs halfway up. He brings a tent, a warm sleeping bag, loads of hot coffee, and a good quality telescope, and he watches his clients from a distance. He watches his clients, his guides, and his Sherpas from a distance, from halfway up Everest through the telescope. And he looks at three things. He looks to see, are my clients on the right path to the summit? If you're not on the right path, you're going nowhere. Second thing he looks at is, do they have the right resources to get there? Resources would be things like food, water, physical energy, maybe daylight. Do you have enough daylight? Because you don't want to be stuck on top of a mountain like Everest at night. It's, I won't say certain death, but near certain death. And last but not least, if you're climbing Everest, you need oxygen. You need enough oxygen to get up to the top and back down again. So Russell looks at these things from halfway up Everest, and he judges these things from a distance. He judges one last thing, which I think is terribly important. He judges, are my clients making rational decisions? That's terribly important on a mountain like Everest. He can judge that from a distance, from a different perspective. Are my clients making rational decisions? That's important on a mountain like Everest, but it's equally important in business. I was talking to a guy a week and a half ago, and he said to me, look Peter, I made some very bad decisions a couple of years ago about finance. Looking back, I wish I hadn't made those decisions, and I've got into trouble because I made those decisions. Never again will I make decisions on my own. I'll always have somebody looking over my shoulder, and I'll always have somebody making sure, asking that question, am I making rational decisions about my business? If you want to have a conversation about rational decisions, or if you want to have a conversation about resources, give me a shout. Peter, Iridium Consulting.